I thought I saw Coach pop back on last time.
Welcome,
Huh?
welcome to another edition of the Elite Mancast, man. Every Wednesday at 8:30. Y'all tune in. Don't be afraid to tell a friend, man. Share, go over there to YouTube, like, subscribe, and share over there. So, man, tonight, man, we got a full house, like a whole deck of cards, man.
Mm-hmm.
We got King Kunta. No modern day slave here. We got
Not at
Mr.
all.
Tony and we got Mr. Michael in the building, man. Yeah, tonight, man, we're going to have some good conversations about these destroying pleasures, man. The modern day slavery, man, that we don't even realize we in. So, man, y'all trust and believe the conversation's going to get real good tonight. And we're going to have a good understanding once we leave this thing tonight on what y'all need to do so y'all don't get caught up in this modern day slavery that we in, man. This matrix. All right. King Kunta, what you got, man? Give us a little bit on what you believe this supposed to do tonight.
I want to say, first off, good afternoon, everyone, and I do believe that slavery was a choice. Nah, off topic, it's like slavery. I mean, we done away with the chains, but then we voluntarily put them back on when it came to like jewelry and just forcing ourselves to do things that you can't blame the white man no more. You can blame them for some things, but start giving them all the credit because it's like we're doing a lot of these things. We're going back to old situations. We're doing things that trying to find a right way to do the wrong thing when it comes to certain things in your life. So it's like I said, technically slavery is a choice. The new slavery is a choice.
The new slavery, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I like that. Mr. Michael.
Wow, what's up, fellas? Glad I made it on time. Hey, well, Kunta, I got a feeling you're right, but I think I was studying for the wrong subject, the wrong topic. If I would have came a whole different way, I'm looking up the dark side of pleasure, but now
Yeah, that's the same
the
thing.
dark
That's
side
the
of
same
pleasure is
thing.
keeping us, yeah, it's keeping us enslaved. Those things that you
Mm-hmm.
like and enjoy, well, they keep you trapped if you don't know how to adjust and balance it.
Right.
So
Yeah, man.
that's what I got for the moment.
Okay. Tony, what you think about this topic tonight, man?
Well, man, I'm telling you, I want to really talk about this. I actually got some notes here, and I've been over that video a few times, and maybe we might need to take this to a part 2 next week because my notes really go to the first. It don't even go to the last 10 minutes. That's how many notes we took. So,
Wow.
you know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Sitting here I'm like, this thing here actually knows me. I mean, the video topics is like, it's just really touching like everything in my body. Like, God dang, how does he know this? And so yeah, I'm ready to get started, man. I got some stuff I want to talk about definitely from the video.
Well, yes, sir. We definitely, man, gonna get into it, man, because just like Mike and Coach say, man, this modern day slavery, we chained up to things that we really don't even need to be chained up to. That's why I've started monitoring how much I'm gonna be on social media in a daytime. I monitor how many thoughts of just sexual pleasures I'm gonna think about. I've started monitoring my mindset because I already know that throughout the day, I'm going to think about dirty pleasures. I'm going to think about unpleasingly pleasures. I'm going to be thinking about pleasure instead of work. And then once you get your mind distracted, once you lose focus, your work level, it starts to minimize. You start doing less at the workplace. You start doing less in your life. You start doing less of anything that's productive. So that's what society does to all of us. They put this
Yeah.
phone in your hand. That's why instead of the house phone, they just put it in your hand. Man, you can walk with this thing. They already thought about this plan when the cell phone. I mean, when the cell phone first came out in the car, you plug it in with the big phone on your head. They already knew. Okay, we're gonna make it handheld so everybody can have this thing, and we're gonna distract them with these devices or these social media platforms. So, man, we got to really start paying attention to why we are obsessed with a pleasure that we don't need. If it's something that's not beneficial, we need to start paying attention to it. So, man, just like that, man. So, fellas, we can dive in, man. But I really feel like, this prisoner of pleasure, the prisoner of dark pleasures at that. It's not even, always sexual. It's not even always enlightening. This is always, sometimes it's some gossip that we don't even need. Yeah, Tony, come on with some of them notes. Let me hear some of them notes you got, man.
Let me jump right into this. So, a guy named Huxley, he wrote this book in 1932 called the New Brave World, and within this book, he created a world where people were feeding their minds all kind of things, and he called this summer, S-O-M-A, I think, summer, where he feed people pleasures. Like I said, the book was written in 1932, and when you look at the video that's out here now that we actually watched, at least I don't know if everybody watched it, but I watched it. It talks about how as soon as we wake up in the morning, we look for this stimuli, and we'll hit a podcast. Might hit this podcast from something that the night before. We'll hit social media. We'll maybe hit some music. We're looking for notifications to give us this stimuli that we're looking for. Now, we kind of scroll from what it says here. We scroll to distract us. Right? So we scrolling so we get distracted. Now, he also talks about when you have a moment of silence. Here's the thing. When you have a moment of silence, it gets to be discomfortable. It's a discomfort in us. So it's an emptiness that force ourselves to seek after another distraction to cover that emptiness. So when we, if it's quiet time for 2 minutes or 3 minutes or something, there's a discomfort there. So we're looking for pleasure. So pleasure becomes the prison because we look to grab our phone. We look to get notifications. We look to listen to some music. We look to, think about this. Before the phones came out, you remember, I don't know how my man is there, but, like in the 80s, you remember how we used to buy an album and then we just put the album on and let it play? We just sit in the room and just listen to the album.
Saturday morning cleanup.
Yeah, even that. We was doing that, but we had no other distractions. And think about sometimes when we have the album playing, we would just sit in the room.
Yeah, smoking weed.
But now, what was that?
Smoking weed while you listening to Bootsy.
Hey, what's the album?
What's the album? This big old laser.
This big old vinyl disc, man.
Wow.
You put the needle on it. But do we realize that we're looking for this instant gratification all the time?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. It's like, how did that happen? You remember when we first came out with the phone, it was not on the bag phone, then you had the flip phone. So you didn't have no media on there. You just
didn't have that screen.
When they start adding the social media, it's like he talks about in his book where he envisioned a world where people wouldn't be forced to obey at all, because we would be so entertained, so overwhelmed with pleasure and stimuli that we would never think of rebelling. So if you look at the masses now, people are so over entertained, so whether it's food, whether it's social media, whether it's
the news,
kind of stimuli that you don't even have to worry about an uprising in this country because we're entertained. You know what I'm saying?
Distraction.
Yeah,
that's what That's what they do. That's the modern. That's why I say that's why I call the title modern day slavery, because that's what they're doing to us right now.
Right.
They say, hey man, if they don't want to be in chains no more, we'll chain up their mindset. We'll chain up their attention span. We're gonna just straight up distract them. So just like you said, it will never be a revolution. It would never be no uprise. It would never be anything that's gonna make the Black Panther Party proud, or Marcus Garvey proud, or Malcolm X proud. It won't make none of them proud, because we so caught up in the, ooh, they got a street fight going on.
Yeah.
Man, let me wake up. Let me see who liked my picture last night.
Right. So think about who we know that's kind of going on. We know that, and we're working on it to be better. But think about the 85% of people who not even working on it. They're just going through the routines of getting that stimuli, getting that hit, getting that distraction, and it'll never be any kind of uprise of what's going on in this. So the government will be able to do whatever they want to do. We could just talk about it.
Yeah.
But we look,
and that's our biggest problem, y'all. We need to quit complaining about things that we can change.
True that.
Yep. But
True
we
that.
Entertainment, consumed with pleasure without limits, seeking immediate relief for any discomfort. Just think about it. How many times we reach for that damn phone, man? We can be sitting there, and just reach for the phone, just to scroll or just to get some kind of notification, man. It's like,
have you ever been looking at TV and then just grab your phone while a TV show is on? Just because a commercial came on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We stay distracted, man, and don't even pay attention to that much of it. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's a discomfort that we don't want to have.
Wow.
We want to have that discomfort in us. We want to get some kind of notification, some kind of video, somewhere where we scrolling to take away that discomfort. That's why he talks about that it's a personal prison we putting ourselves in of pleasure. Janet Jackson, what was the song, The Pleasure Principle? So she was talking about it in that. But it's the society now, our society now doesn't want any discomfort at all. We can't sit and think through. We gotta get phone. We gotta go do something else, and things are not going to change. Like I said, you look at us. We're intentionally looking at those things and saying, okay, we need to correct. But most of the world is not.
Right.
They're not.
But this has been going on for centuries. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't it Caesar that said feed them bread and give them the games to distract the population from fighting back?
Yep.
Anything to keep their mind on something else, it keeps them off of us.
Yep.
And now it's just more blatant.
Keep their mind off of progress.
Yeah.
Purposes. Yep. But he says in the video, what is the cost of this? Is this relief truly liberating, or is it keeping us trapped?
Trapped.
Right. It says
Definitely keeping us trapped.
Modern society is teaching us to seek pleasure as some form of control. So it's not liberating us, but it's trapping us. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and most of us in this world don't want to. We just want to keep doing. We just want to keep doing our little things to distract us and keep us from being having discomfort.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I believe that once we stop wanting to be entertained. See, I was looking at this interview with Jaylen Brown from Chicago. I mean, not from Chicago, from the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
He didn't want them to brand him as one of these guys. Oh, y'all can just do what y'all want to do to me. I'll take the 50 million and I'm cool with that. But he said, I will not let me entertaining people be the only thing that they see. They're going to see a black man who's denying the agencies or the brand or the what they call them, the endorsements.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to realize, man, a lot of times when it's like Master P, even back in the day when Master P told him, "Nah, you ain't gonna give me no 100 million. If you gonna offer me 100 million, I know I'm worth more than that. Or if you gonna offer me 1 million, I know I'm worth more than that 1 million.
Right.
You only give me 1% of what you know this is."
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of that too. You know, we got to pay attention, man. That's all I can say. Go ahead.
They let Jalen get so much money that money is not a challenge for him anymore. So now he can really think straight. When you get that kind of money and you've been living that kind of money long, now if you new to that, you like, let me shut up and get this money and be quiet. But now,
Yep.
yeah, you know,
Unless you know your value, unless you know what you're worth. And
right.
see, that's where Master P and him come into play when I think about that, because they knew what they were worth. They knew they worth before they even say, man, if you try to come in with the bullshit, I'm going to deny it. I know who I am. So don't come over here with the foolery. And if a lot more of us would do that on these jobs or in your own business, just like King Kunta up there, if a school come to him and say, hey man, I want you to cater this big event we're having, we're only gonna give you 10,000. He gonna look at him and laugh like, y'all gotta be kidding me. How many people y'all got coming? 10?
Right.
You know, he know his worth.
Right.
So you can't never put a price on who I am. That's what we have. We need to have that type of mindset. When somebody tell you, oh man, I give you $15 an hour. So if I work 2 hours, I got $30 and I'm going home for $30, but I done gave you the productivity of somebody who's making $100 an hour.
Yeah.
You gotta realize who we are. Go ahead.
He asked the question, do you think that we are in control of our own minds? Because the perfect slavery needs no chains.
Wow.
So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But we think, you know,
the perfect slavery. Man, that's what, hey, say that again. The perfect slavery needs no chains.
Needs no chains.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No chains. You don't think you are
Makes
slave,
sense.
but you are.
Hey man, they sound like they pimping, man.
Yeah.
They pimping, man. They pimping. You know what the pimp say, man? Say, man, this game don't need no hands, man. I don't need to be. This ain't no violent sport, man. It's all mental.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It says you do the perfect slavery needs no chains. It doesn't even require surveillance.
Wow.
You know, don't even require surveillance. So they just
Now, what you saying that? Now, hold up. I like that point right there. Have you realized though, bro? If you look around on the streets nowadays, the police ain't even out here no more. You don't even
Not as
see
much.
police cars on the road no more. Do y'all see that though? Unless it's by a police station.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they called out. Because now they got these cameras up. Now they got putting the little spotlights on the corners now.
Yeah.
We ain't got to go out there no more, y'all. If we see them doing something, let them police themselves, because we done already created a system. Already, they can police themselves now, because we done put the jaw on it. We don't like the flea. The flea ain't gonna go but so high. When you take the lid off, he still ain't gonna go past that month. He still ain't gonna go past that.
You're right.
Right.
And it's like those things that the police have out there now. I mean, the camera on there is so nice because I mean, sees it inside your car, it can get your license plate, and then it tracks you all around town. So like, oh damn, you know, that 450 BMW is like, okay, the crime was committed here. Now they, you know, on the other side of town, it'll track, like it does everything. So now, the only time I really see police are like really on the interstate. And those are state troopers just riding down doing their thing, and they're not bothering you if you're not speeding.
Yep. So we have to realize, man, a lot of things, awareness, man. That's why I always tell people that that word they should keep in their forefront of their head is the awareness, man. If you are not aware of your surroundings, and if you're not living in the right now, you will always be a slave. You cannot be thinking about what done happened already. That is garbage. If it didn't happen, it happened, man. So what? Did I survive? Did I make it out of there? Did I get hurt? My feelings was bruised. I was disappointed. I got shaken a little bit. But the next time I'll be mentally prepared because I expect something out of this situation, or I expect them to try to swing on me next time, or I expect the boss man to come over here and talk to me like that again. But next time when he come over here, I'm gonna have the correct words to use so I don't sound like a nigga or I don't sound like an ignorant fool. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna check him on a level that he can understand to where he got his feelings bruised, but at the same time, I got my point across without losing my job.
Using
but he got to get checked though. Yeah, he got to get checked so he can realize that, hey man, I'm only here for the paycheck. Like what's that boy name that played football, Marshawn Lynch? Yeah, say man, I'm only here just so I don't get fined, man. Hey man, I'm here just not so I don't get fined. That's it. But go ahead, man.
Most people don't realize that they're not aware that they're being enslaved. They're just going through the motions, and it's hard to free somebody from bondage if you don't know that they're in bondage. And that's the biggest problem we have, because people are they're so involved with the day to day, and it ain't even their own lives that they're involved with. They're involved with the lives of celebrities, people that they don't even know, ain't never met, and don't give a shit about them. But that's what they worrying about. Who said what to who did this? It's like, who cares? If it doesn't affect my life, I don't care about it. So, but that's what's keeping a lot of us down.
We have to realize too. That's why I'm glad my oldest daughter, she makes sure her son only gets so much time on his iPad. From birth, we have been taught to be distracted. From the age of 1. Go ahead.
You can see, like I'm in the store sometimes, you can see when a baby starts to cry, they reach for the cell phone and they give them a cell phone. They give them a cell phone.
Got their own tablets.
Tony, listen to the word that you just said. Cell phone. It's the jail cell, man.
Oh God.
That's the jail cell, man. They imprisoning you with that device in your hand that you holding on to so dearly. I crack my screen on every phone I get. I don't care what kind of case I got around it. They let me know if it's in my hand too much, the screen will get cracked. So that's when I just start keeping it in my pocket. I don't even pull it out. Because I know if you got a cracked screen, that means you got it in your hand too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have to really start paying attention, man. That hey, man. Every time I feel like I'm getting distracted,
but
start going to something positive though. Give me a solution to a better life. Distract me with stoicism. Go ahead, Tony.
A lot of the solutions come from our thinking, and that's where we have to sit still for 30 minutes and think, an hour and think, turn everything off. But we can't do that. It's like it's distraction is going on. We can't shut anything off for an hour or 30 minutes to just sit still. If you look at all the leaders in the world that you ever hear about, they want something and sat still for a while to think.
Yeah, meditation, man.
Oh man,
meditation.
They even take
meditation ain't nothing but getting to know who you are. Meditation is not something that's magical or nothing. It's for you to sit in your 30 minutes to an hour and get to know you.
Yep. Hey, they taking that out of the prisons now. That's why they putting cell phones in the prison. So it's like jokers they think they getting over. No, they know you got them cell phones in there, man. They
advertising this. They advertise in jail. Yep. Man, look how much fun y'all can have up in here, man. We up in here rapping. We Man, look at I got some brand new boxers. I'm clean, boy. I got my outfit is starched down.
I don't have to pay
You in jail.
no rent. Got three
No
bills,
rent. What?
no stress.
But you locked up. Mm.
No, it ain't really
But they don't even.
cell phone.
You gotta
They
realize
don't
something.
think
You gotta realize something. A young dumb fool who ain't paying attention to society. He don't look at it as being locked up.
No, that's my boys.
Yeah, I know. That's the
They're
sad
my
part. It
partners.
really is like that, though.
Right. And then
It's sad.
you got some of these female guards. If they know you got money on the outside, they giving you that thing on the inside.
Yeah.
Hey, come clean up the outside tonight. Come clean up the vest. I mean the whatever they call it, the porter. I mean, I forgot. They come clean that up
Mm-hmm.
so we can hit down here and we can get in this blind spot. You can knock me down real quick, send you back to your cell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the question he asked. Whenever we feel sad, bored, or frustrated, what is our first reaction? Bored or frustrated? What do we sit it out and work our way throughout it? You know what I'm saying? We sitting there and if we sad and we frustrated or bored, or what do?
I can say
do we sit and
what I used to do. What I used to do is I used to talk about it. That's what I used to do.
Right.
Now I sit and think about it.
Okay, that's what you do, and maybe we do. But
yeah,
is the masses doing that, or do we?
Nope.
Grab the phone? Do we grab the alcohol? Do we grab the porno? Do we grab the games? So that we're not in this discomfortable. We're not uncomfortable. We're not going to deal because being uncomfortable and dealing with it makes us tough. But being uncomfortable and not dealing with it, it weakens. It weakens. So we grab something so we're not uncomfortable at all, man. Let me go to a club. Let me grab some alcohol. Let me scroll. I can't sit still and deal with that uncomfortable feeling.
You know what the biggest thing though, when you get mad, the first thing you do is call somebody who you can talk to about gossip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that we did growing up because we love toxicity. We love toxicity. As soon as we go through an issue or a problem with our mate at that, it's not even it be anything. You talking about your mate about in-house business with people outside of the house.
Don't make no sense.
Oh man, let me tell you what this nigga done did. Or let me tell you what this B done did. And then that's what we get so distracted on now. We don't even know what the argument was about. Because just like Tony said, we'll start drinking after that. Man, let me hit that joint.
Yep.
So man, you know what, man, man, let's go over here and holler at these chicks right quick, man.
Yep.
Now we back out of our mind.
Scrolling. Let me just scroll.
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, look at an Instagram model.
It all seems to be a choice. Nobody is forcing us to consume that entertainment 24 hours. It's a choice. He said it seems to be a choice, but is it?
Compton, I told you. Hey, King Compton, I told you. Slavery, modern day slavery is a choice, man.
It's by design.
No one is making us waste hours on Instagram, like you said, or TikTok. No one is pointing a gun at our heads to say, buy this, eat that, scroll this. So if it's a choice, here's the question. If it's a choice, why is it so fucking hard to stop?
Because it's so easy to do.
Yeah, that's true.
People love
that's easy. People gonna do.
Call it the pleasure prison.
Right.
Because I know why it was hard to stop slavery, because you didn't want to get shot or killed. You didn't want to try to break away and get killed. But if what we doing, scrolling and trying to keep from being uncomfortable, if that's a choice, why is it so hard to stop? Because it's pleasurable. And when you got pleasure that keeps you in a prison, they don't need to do nothing.
No. It keeps that dopamine. Have you ever realized something, man? If you scroll on social media for about an hour, your dopamine level has went up so high. You done already came so many times to where now you tired.
Hey,
Yeah, right.
Kanye say, don't worry about me getting your bitch. Instagram got your bitch. Instagram got your bitch. That's the one.
Come on now, come easy. Oh man.
Because you go on
It's
Instagram,
okay.
picture, she get 1,000 likes, 1,000 comments. She want to do that again and again and again and again. And that's a pleasure, man.
I'm gonna say this right here. What he said. Well, no, I think I had took this out of the context of what he said. He said I said we as people are so lost, we don't even question the important things in life.
Mm-mm.
All we do is accept the entertainment that they give us.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he talks
You know
about
what I'm saying?
over time, we lose the ability to deal with boredom.
Yeah.
We lost the ability. We can't deal with boredom no more. We can't have 5 seconds. We can't have 10 seconds of boredom. We lose that whole ability.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't even toughen ourselves up. We got something going on right quick. We're gonna grab something to make it more comfortable for us.
Yeah, you're right. But think about it. If you you go ahead and go to bed and you wake up just mid sleep like at 2:30 in the morning. I mean, most of us, the first thing we do
grab the phone.
Our phone. Yeah, grab our phone. even go to the bathroom halfway sleep.
Yep.
You still have your phone in your hand, like, okay, I'm going to walk outside and check the mail. I'll leave my phone sitting down. I come back in, grab my phone to go out to the mailbox. The only time you should even rush to go and grab your cell phone is if you're taking a shower and you think your girl about to go through it. Okay, fine. That's the quickest shower you ever taken. But it's like, just
damn. If you got that kind of problem in life, boy, you don't need to be with your girl. You need to be single.
That's just people like they like, dog, damn, really?
On the podcast.
Yeah.
So this episode, he says our minds become incapable of dealing with silence. Incapable of just having great silence. Check it out. You know, well, we already know that, but check it out as we go tomorrow and tonight when we get off of here. Just see, are you capable of just not how you automatically reach for it, how you automatically turn something on, how we automatically gotta do something, grab something to eat.
Boy, when I be getting off of when I get off of here, boy, if I ain't cleaned up the kitchen, I'll clean up the kitchen and I'll be laying down. Cause I gotta get up at 5 in the morning. I don't be good no phone.
That's me.
5 in the morning.
Hey, I got over 100 notifications because I ain't checking Facebook or any social media. So shit.
So it says,
brother.
We become a happy servant in prison, not forced, but by pleasure.
Right. And it's a thing that it's like I was reading, and it's almost like pleasure is almost like when you take your painkillers. But when you take a painkiller for pain, whatever's hurting you, the painkiller will work almost immediately in some cases.
Yeah.
But then after a while, the more you take it, you have to take more of the painkiller to get the same relief.
Right.
After a while, you get addicted to the painkillers because now you want the painkillers even when you feel really don't have any physical pain.
Right.
Ain't
And
nothing
that's
wrong with
basically what Trey's like. Ain't a thing wrong with you, but you're reaching for those painkillers because you want that dopamine. You want
Yep.
that high, that
yeah.
effect. You want that
That
distraction.
instant
What's going to make you,
gratification.
yeah, that instant joy. That's all you want.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So,
what IG stand for. Did y'all know that? Instant gratification. Talking about Instagram.
mhm.
No, instant
Instant
gratification. That's what IG
gratification, right?
stands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're right. Because I mean, I I don't like cocaine. I just like the smell of it. So
Damn.
Damn fool, man. What was that on? Oh man, that was a Rick James quote.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't like it. I just like the smell of it. Oh boy.
He talks
But I
about,
like what he said. Now, I mean, let me give you this one right here, Tony. I know he said this one in there. I listened to that at the beginning. He says, when pleasure becomes the center of your existence, servitude disguises itself as freedom.
yep,
So you feel like you free.
free.
Oh boy, I ain't got no worries. I get to look at the phone. I got 100 chicks who like me on Instagram. Oh boy, I'm the baller. I'm the man.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, you get off of Instagram and go outside to the real world, to society, and nobody knows you.
Nobody knows you.
Right?
Nobody even speaking to you. You ain't got no likes. Ain't nothing.
Right.
Ain't nobody came out.
All your likes on
You know,
All your likes is only on social media, man.
you look at the 80s, the 90s, and only people we dealt with was the people that was in our surroundings. We didn't know anybody in another state or some other thing like that to be worried about what they doing or worried about where they are, and worried about looking at their business. When you scroll,
But
everybody,
what I can say about the 80s, what I can say about the early 80s, the mid 80s, we did go to anybody's house party without a problem.
yeah.
If it was a bunch
Yeah.
of cars outside, I would say, well, check this out. Let's go over here and see who we know.
Let's go over here and
Because
see.
we was an athlete. Me and my guys, we were athletes. So they knew us from somebody knew us at that party. If it was a high school party, we see some youngsters going in, people our age, oh man, we going in.
On over there. Yep.
But we the celebrities in the hood anyway. Man, come to the game, man. Yeah, I'll be out there dunking on somebody next week. Don't worry, I got you.
That's it.
How to mingle, but that was our environment, though. It wasn't like I'm
That was it.
everybody doing in LA. When you scrolling, everybody showing their highlights.
Right.
Hey, I'm hanging
Right.
out. I'm going here. I'm going there. Everybody's looking at that, trying to. But damn, I ain't doing nothing.
yeah.
Trying to emulate that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They partying, they hanging out, they hanging with the stars, they on vacation. I ain't doing nothing.
Right.
I thought it was kind of funny when because everybody likes to be on social media or everybody likes to be on Instagram, but then a lot of that stuff is fake. It's like, oh yeah, they taking a private jet, and it's like there's a studio in Atlanta. It's a place where it's like the inside of one room is just like a jet, so it looked like you're on a private jet in a seat. They have another one that's a mansion. They have another one like just all this stuff, like, bro. Really? And you paying $245 an hour just to take as many pictures as you want using all the stuff. So
And they posting it and people scrolling like, damn, I ain't never been on private jet.
Yeah.
Right.
Either, but you
Wow.
think,
Yeah, man.
but
And then
the education system doesn't train us to think, but to repeat info. The job market teaches us to produce and not to reflect. Entertainment gives constant distraction, so we never question the things going on around us. So we fed all kind of stuff that makes us
now with that being said, I want to ask you this. They done made new cars, new phones, and all this, but why have they not made the classroom any different than what it is right now?
Institutionalizing you, preparing you for prison.
I mean, like,
Preparing you for a modern day slavery society.
Yeah.
you mean like,
Everything looks the
But you
same,
got
so
cars
ain't
that
nothing
can
new.
fly. You got cars driving themselves. You got cars, and they won't teach you a better system of life. They won't teach you nothing different. They took out cursive writing in the schools now. Children don't even know how to write in cursive anymore.
mm,
There's no advancements in these schools no more.
No.
That's why I look at teachers like, what are y'all doing? Why would you want to be a teacher? So I can make a difference. What are you making a difference of when you steady
What
go in there
difference?
with the same curriculum as they give you at the beginning of the year? They tell you what to teach. You ain't going in there with your own game plan. It's like you signing an endorsement.
Right.
You ain't going in there and say, man, hey, I just got 15 million. Hey, I'm finna give y'all some new game. This is what we doing this year. No.
No.
That's why you get paid the minimal, because they want you to just fall in line, do what we say do, and get this check and get up out of here. We're gonna give you a credit union so you can go buy you a house and make you a high mortgage payment. Because you ain't got enough money to make the right down payment that you need. So we're gonna give you this minimal job, and you got the most work to do because you got to deal with somebody else's child for 8 hours out of the day for us.
but see,
We want you to teach them.
we
Go
don't
ahead.
we don't have time or don't make time to think about that. We so conditioned that when we come home from work, we get into that same old routine. We got to watch TV. We got to get on the phone. We got to do so. We don't even have time to even think about how we being
Our
conditioned.
children.
Right.
We don't even think about our children's well-being, man.
No.
Right.
I'm a victim. I'm a victim of it. I can really say that I didn't know any better back then. But now that I do know better, my two youngest children, they homeschool. It's a different curriculum in homeschooling.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They give them harder tasks. They give them more things to think about. You got syllabus. You got all these different things to think about. It's not no Jane ran up the hill. Jack chased her. None of that.
Mm-hmm. Boy.
And them two little ones, they introverts. So they be ready to stay in the house. What we doing? We gotta go outside. What's that? and they not even on social media. My son, he's talking about he's coming up with a new software for stuff. What you doing, man? Oh, I'm doing a new software. Software? What the hell? You ain't going outside? Man, no, I talk to my friends on the phone. They all right. My daughter, she's drawing all day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can appreciate that. That's why I don't force them to go out the door. But at the same time, man, open the curtains up, get you some sunlight. But now you'll see so many children crying. Like Tony said, you see the little kids crying for a cell phone.
Man, as soon as they get that phone, they shut up.
Yep.
And even think about see a meme or something. And
yeah,
a lot of us don't research that meme. We just look at it. It gives us a hit. And we like, oh, yeah, that's it. And so we don't, that's what, a lot of these elections are won from little short reels and little short memes where they can slice it up and quick and send it out. And, see that? You see that? And nobody really research it because you don't have to think. You don't want to think. You just want them to feed you.
It's just like the news.
Yeah.
It's like the news. They feed you what they want you to hear all day. All three times they come on a day, they telling the same story over. Now it's programming your head. Now,
it's on
Donald
every
Trump
channel.
is the Antichrist. Donald Trump gonna have you in slavery. Donald Trump gonna get all us killed. Donald Trump. It's like, bro, if you was paying attention 5 years ago, Joe Biden did all of this.
Right. But see,
Donald Trump ain't did nothing.
You talking about the second part of the news. Now the first part is we show them in the project selling dope. Black folks shooting somebody. They got to show that first. That's it was a murder in Southwest Atlanta. There was a murder over here.
Right.
After those 12 minutes of black folks killing each other. Then they cut into that. You know, they show the white men and the intelligent white men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They show the black men, you know, we all crooks and criminals. That's conditioned news channel in every state across the country.
Yeah. And then you go on Facebook and they have the dancing weatherman.
Hey, my partner said most kids growing up think that all black folks live in the projects.
Wow. Wow. And what's so crazy, I was listening to that 19 Keys, and he was saying how you go to Ghana and stuff like that, and they don't even know about Malcolm X. They don't even know about him, you know. But he asked me, do y'all know 50 Cent? Yeah, 50 Cent, yeah. You know about entertainment. That's all they outside countries. They look at us for entertainment because they know we are going to be the most entertaining people.
Yep.
That's why I applaud Jaylen Brown for the Celtics, because he said, I will be more than just entertainment, man. Yeah, you would not be paying me to be out here entertaining these people who don't care about me.
Yeah.
You know, when I went to Nigeria, what was so amazing to me is that whenever, you know, like when I went to Nigeria, I went to Lagos, but then I went to 3 cities within Nigeria. I went to Abuja and went to a couple of more. And each city we flew to, it was about an hour flight, each one of these cities. What was amazing is that all the pilots black, all the flight attendants black. You didn't think nothing about that. You see a brother now out here, you would think, oh, a brother flying a plane. But that's all you see in Nigeria, because that's all there. So it ain't like planes. It ain't like, but the way it here, they make it so difficult for a brother to fly a plane, to work for airlines, that you think something wrong with it when you see it. But you know, who else gonna fly the planes in Nigeria but us?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You see a black guy here, you looking at him like, I bet he don't have his license, or he flying with no insurance.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Yep.
You got a broken tail light.
We not smart enough.
He flying the plane with no insurance. Say, man, you got your license, man. Yeah.
But you got insurance?
Nah, boy, my license got suspended. Yeah, my license got suspended. I'm just on this thing. Soul plane.
Yeah.
But that's what we've been talking about lately, man. We bringing back segregation, man. We don't want to be a part of y'all society no more, man. We want to be segregated in our own communities again. We want to be segregated to where we don't even have to deal with them. But then now with that new segregation, if we get into that, you still got to deal with them haters who are your color. You still got to deal with the Uncle Toms who look just like you.
Yeah, the challenge is you would have to go to another place in time, like another country, to do that, because it's like what you're saying is like because the United States is their own company, not just countries, it's their own company. So they run the show. So we would be a section of the employees in that company. If we did that, they still run the whole show. You see what I'm saying? That'd be like, you know, Herbalife, big, large network marketing company, been around for years. And the brothers in Herbalife said, well, we want to take over and do our own thing in Herbalife.
Right.
We don't be able to do too much because they run the show. They got everything. So we would literally have to leave, like Malcolm X said, and go. Because even if we do it within this, we still within their company. We still don't have some of the things, you know, we can't control a lot of things because it's their company.
Yeah, we're under their umbrella.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know, be a VP of sales in the company, but that's you're not gonna be able to run their own company, because you remember now they had to kill to do that. They came over here, killed a lot of people to create this company. Well, it really wasn't their company. they took it from the Indians. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
we want this company. So in order for us
Right.
to, dang, we got to kill too. You know, that'll be like,
Right. Yeah, and that's the biggest distraction. I mean, misconception of this Christopher Columbus thing, that you're gonna tell us that you discovered something that you had to fight
right, and take.
and take.
Yeah.
So that's a part of this. This what we calling this, destroying pleasures,
Yeah.
that we just been so brainwashed, whitewashed in this country, to where we will be arguing with somebody who's done found out the actual facts. They did their homework, they did their research, and we are so caught up in program that man, that ain't true. Boy, I'm telling you, I know. It's like, what do you know? I got the book right here showing me. Oh man, that book that's made up. But then they'll tell you that the Bible is the truth when they got 88 versions of the Bible. How is something the truth that has 88 different versions?
Well,
come on, make it make sense.
Well, my version is the right one.
Yeah, that's what that is. That's what that is. And that ain't nothing but
version.
another distraction in its own right, its damn self.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me that this is what God created. God is where you find silence at. God is not where it's a band and singers and dancers. That's not where God is. God is when you hear God's voice, it's when y'all are quiet. When you in silence, you don't hear nothing but his voice.
Right.
He can't get to you when it's somebody up there. You can't hear God in that.
Speaking of that,
That's a dish.
Speaking of that, there's a video. I don't know if y'all seen this video going around with what's the singer name? He's the pastor too. Sap. What's this? The gospel singer. I think he's a pastor too of a church.
Oh, Marvin Sapp?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Marvin Sapp. Have you seen that video?
No.
It was on my list though.
So on the video, he's telling people on there that he needs $40,000 today. And so as people in the church, he literally on the video told the deacons, shut the door, do not let him out. And then they didn't do anything.
Wow.
Shut the door, do not let him out. I said, shut the door. And then when he shut the door, he said, I want everybody in here to give $20. He counted how many people was in there. And he said, all the pastors up here in the pulpit, y'all got to give 100. And it's going to come out.
Wow.
And pretty much we ain't leaving until we get 40,000.
Wow.
Preach.
Did they have a riot?
People going in their pocket.
Modern day slavery. Modern day slavery. Modern day slavery. Man, how you gonna make me give you something, man?
We gonna get
and when you're not even teaching me how to be financially literate, you ain't teaching me how to balance my money. You ain't teaching me how to manage my money. I mean, you ain't teaching me the balance sheet. You ain't teaching me profits and losses. But you gonna just make me give you $20?
We gonna get
that's robbery, man.
We gonna get 40,000
one way or another.
Lock that door. We get that 40,000. And the pastors up here, put that 20 up. You got to come out with 100. Everybody else coming out with the 20.
Man, that is crazy.
Wow.
Modern day slavery, man.
Yep.
Modern day slavery.
Well, the pastor got to eat.
Not for no $40,000.
Nah, but I mean, you realize that you don't hear much about Creflo Dollar anymore. I mean, a lot of those pastors.
During the 90s, when Creflo was really big in early 2000s, and Leroy Thompson and all them guys.
Yeah,
they did the same thing, but it wasn't social media, so nobody could really rip them. So only the church people dealt with it. But when you post it on social media and you got people ripping them up, you couldn't do that in the 90s and early 2000s because there wasn't no social media. So they pimp like all kind of pimp.
Oh, absolutely.
Man.
You know why? Because I used to sing in his church.
Oh,
Right
Wow.
there in Durham, Louisiana, because I was a member of World Shakers Church International. That was it, like, so that was my pastor's spiritual father.
honey, come to me
Now, yeah. But see,
Wow.
it was so pimping. It was so pimping at that church. Like, if you had like a newer car, like Mercedes, BMW, anything like that, y'all could park up front. But anybody who had like a Honda, Altima, or some beat up jalopy, oh, they had to park to the back. If you was in a Nissan Altima or something, you tried to park in the front, even with like if you handicapped trying to park closer to the front, oh, they'll move your joint. Either that, get it over.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Because the church brought him his jet and
Yeah.
paid for hanger. Prosperity preaching. I know all about
Wow.
it. Money coming to me now, yeah. And then during COVID, it got to the point where it's like, you know, well, every church was doing that. You know, they church with a cash app or a Zelle, putting the ATM in the church.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey.
Nah, man, that's crazy, man. That is really crazy, man.
It's mental slavery.
Mental slavery, man.
Bold to do it now, knowing that you got a video camera in there. Somebody's videoing you, and you still do it.
That's how you know you don't even care. That's how you guerrilla pimping. Guerrilla pimping without the slap. Guerrilla pimping without the slapping.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Hey, man. What do we do?
He said, I'm getting 40.
Say, what do y'all think about? So what do y'all think about this? I heard Billy Carson say it before. So if about 20,000 of us quit using transportation, didn't go to work, didn't do anything in their society, just go straight off the grid, how do you feel that this mental modern day slavery will last, though?
Well, a lot of stuff.
Do we get to start making demands after that?
Yeah, if you hit their pockets, a lot of stuff will change. But and who's gonna do that when you so full of pleasure? You like, man, I ain't thinking about
that's the problem.
Hey, nobody's really thinking about coming in.
Hey, didn't we have a national blackout? Didn't we have a national blackout a few weeks ago?
Yeah, I mean,
how many people participated in that?
It was one
where they weren't buying anything online, weren't shopping anywhere. I'm driving a tractor trailer and watching people going in and out of stores.
Right. Yeah, that was at Walmart and Target.
Yeah.
But check this out. Damn, I lost train of thought. Oh, okay, here we go. Now that they done did away with FDA, you see how they done did away with the FDA, right? Big Pharma was losing so much money because everybody's being holistic healers. Everybody's trying to go holistic and do their natural herbs, right? So now Donald Trump said, okay, we got one other for y'all. We gonna dismantle the FDA. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Now we're gonna bring Bill Gates in with this insect food, with this wax fruit, with this, and get y'all back, get this Big Pharma back pumping.
Yeah.
Because we finna get y'all sick. So if you're not growing your own fruits, if you're not growing your own vegetables, if you're not growing your own mushrooms, you gotta watch out, America.
They're about to make fentanyl so exclusive. Like, you think people ODing right now without the FDA? Like, a lot of this stuff they put on the shelves. Oh, they're about to start cutting it even more, especially because you can buy it from Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna get real crazy out here, man, with that food. And you're gonna get you some people sick. You're gonna get some people killed, you know. So we just have to start paying attention on what we really trying to do in this world, man, on what you really want to be.
We're gonna be scrolling.
You gotta make it.
We ain't thinking about none of that, man. We got to get the
Well, see, a lot of people not even having these type of conversations in their own household, though.
No.
So, you know, I can dig it. You know, I can dig that, man. But
How can you have a conversation? I just saw a video too where the guy was talking about, I think it was in the 80s, late 80s, where they were together in a house. It was Tupac and 3 other guys, and they was trying to figure out how to work you remember the big laser disc that looked like an album?
Right.
He said that nobody knew how to work it, and it wasn't any cell phone. He said, so guess what we did? We talked for 2 hours. We had discussions for 2 hours. We really had serious conversations. Nobody having no conversations in their house anymore because the TV running, radio running, scrolling. There's no dead time to even have that kind of conversations. You know what I'm saying? There's no quiet to do that. You know, it ain't okay. We got this hour from between 8 and 10. We turning everything off, and we're gonna have some serious discussions in the house.
Yeah.
If you turn it off, so if the kids sitting there, they got the phone in hand, put the phone away. You got to turn off everything, and nobody doing that.
They sit at the dinner table. They sit at the dinner table, even going out to eat. Everybody on their phone.
Yeah.
There's no
nobody talking. Everybody on the phone.
Big. That was big back in the Gap, man. You had to have. You couldn't be doing nothing but, hey, how was your day?
Yeah.
And then what did y'all learn at school today? Okay, what did you do? What did the teacher do? How did you know what I'm saying? We find out these type of things, but
none of that. We not
none of that no more.
No more.
We're not having.
So man, we just might have to have a part 2 of this next week, man. We're gonna see how it goes, and because there was a lot more information that we didn't touch.
Yep.
But in the video that we watched anyway, because the video is a good hour and a half, but it's a good video, man. What was it, Darkest Pleasures or something like that? I forgot the actual name of it. But I'll put it in the description so we can continue this conversation, or some of the people can go watch it themselves. But
because
this is something we really have to start paying attention to, y'all. Is that we really need to really start understanding modern day slavery is not just about people telling you what to do. They've already told you what to do. Y'all are just doing it on your own now.
Yeah.
Stop looking at the social media for answers. If you see something on social media that makes sense to you, yeah, okay, because of your experience in life, not because the popular person said it, but just because of your life experiences. You done went on social media, you heard something. You don't follow everybody. I only follow positive stuff on my social media. You can't be on mine with no fights or nothing like that.
I heard this one guy say, the white guy dropped crack in our neighborhood. He dropped guns in the alley. And then the next thing was he dropped relationship podcast. All the relationship podcasts. Man, don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels.
Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. Man. But say, man, we gonna do this again next week, man. Come on, King Kunta, give me some of that prophecy I know you got over there, Mr. Prolific.
I mean, first off, I want to say great show as always, and go out saying that modern day slaves are not in chains; they're in debt.
Wow. Wow.
Modern day slaves are not in chains. They are definitely in debt. Mr. Michael, what you got for us, man?
Well, all I can say is if you keep doing what you're doing, keep searching for that excess pleasure, all it's going to do is lead to anxiety or depression. Neither one are good. Work on your success, learn how to balance it.
Yeah,
that
sounds good.
Yeah.
Tone.
I'm gonna say, man, you got to believe in you, because when nobody else does, you got to believe in you. Believing in you. I like watching a couple of those Conor McGregor videos. If you look at some of the ones back in the day when how he believed in himself when nobody believed in him, and how everybody met McGregor, and how he spoke thing into existence. So in the world we live in, you gotta believe in you, man. You gotta believe. Yep.
That's for real. Believe in you. So what I'm gonna say is this right here, man. If you don't keep your focus, you will have low productivity, and then you will start to wonder why your job is being taken by a machine. So don't worry about AI if you're doing what you're supposed to, and stop scrolling. Man, so y'all come in next week, man. We're gonna do this again, and then y'all enjoy this evening. But
All right,
this
dude.
was real. Modern day slavery.
All right.
Peace.
Yeah. Peace.
Yes, sir.